Hello, and thank you so much for checking out my Patreon page. I really appreciate it. I just want to take a couple of minutes of your time to explain to you why I've decided to do this and what you could expect from it if you decided to support me here. Now, I've been a photographer for decades and sharing my work online and on YouTube over the last 5 or 6 years. And to those of you that have followed me through those outlets, thank you so much for all the support and encouragement. And as you probably know, I try to repay that as best I can by responding to all comments and responding to direct messages and emails for help and advice. And that takes up quite a bit of time on top of making videos for YouTube. Now, the other thing about YouTube, of course, is that unless you pay for the premium account, you're being bombarded with adverts. And of course, on a lot of videos, you're being interrupted by the video creator themselves with a video sponsorship message. Now, I've tried to minimize that to the best of my ability, and I have actually published quite a few videos that don't carry adverts. And even though YouTube don't pay very much, my viewing figures do take quite a hit when I don't carry adverts on my work. However, I've decided that I'm going to demonetize the entire channel. So the first thing to say is you don't need to support me on Patreon. You can just carry on watching me on YouTube, and that will always be absolutely free of charge. No adverts, no sponsorships. I'm not going to go back on that. I'm just about to switch off all the advertising across the channel. Now, another issue that I have is the amount of time I'm spending where I'm interacting with people who contact me through my social media is quite an impact on my day-to-day work, and it's getting to the point where it's taking me almost an hour a day just to respond to direct messages and emails. So what I'm going to do is prioritize my Patreon members. So if you're a Patreon member, you will have a private email address where you can contact me for any amount of help, advice, critique, input, ask me about locations in North Wales, anything you think that I can help you with, I will. You will have top priority. You'll get prompt and comprehensive responses. In addition to that, of course, you may not need my personal advice. There will be lots of extra exclusive members-only content coming out just through Patreon. And finally, I'll be offering quite substantial discounts if you decide you'd like to work with me. So group workshops, one-to-one tuition, online processing tuition, anything of that nature that would normally attract a fee will also come quite heavily discounted. Now, there's lots more detail around this. You'll find it on my Patreon page and on the page on my website, laying it all out in detail. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for taking a look at what I have to offer. And if you do decide to support me, thank you very much indeed. I really, really appreciate it. And if you don't decide to support me, that's absolutely fine too. Carry on watching my stuff on YouTube, and that will be ad-free at all times. Cheers.